Welcome to another day of Dose of Did You Know? And with me today is this hot ass. She's a badass because when she said, thank God turkey, was turkey hunting was canceled today, I was like, who the heck is this girl? And I cannot wait to meet her, the beautiful Krista. Krista, who are you in a nutshell to the world?
Hello. I'm a handful in a nutshell to the world. I am a handful. No, I'm just the same as every other musician in Nashville, trying to make it, trying to get into the songwriting. I'm just a small town, South Georgia, raised small town girl.
Small town girl. Well, I checked out your YouTube, so everybody check it out. I'll put the link in there later. And boy, do you get that audience riled up. Like I've only been in Nashville like a handful of times, and not every time I'm down on that main Broadway. I think that's the major, right?
Yeah.
Is that the major strip, Broadway? Am I saying that?
Yeah, Broadway.
Okay. And well, there have been times that I've been way too tipsy, dancing my ass off, and so I could feel, and sometimes not, sometimes I'm normal. But I could feel the energy in your YouTube. I love how you do all those lives on your YouTube page. Was that like on purpose?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's the people at that was when I was at Tootsie's a lot, or anywhere really in Nashville that I'm playing. I just love to interact with the crowd. That's just, I mean, I'm Southern as hell, so it's like they think it's hilarious, and they end up, I don't know, it's just a good time. So yeah, I post those just sometimes because the people in them want ask me to post them, or just that vibe. Plus, I had to post the glitter outfit. I mean, that was like. That was a hit.
Hello.
It was a big hit.
Hello.
So I'm known
I
for
am
the
a
crazy
fashion
outfits
girl
now.
Well, that's what I was going to say too.
Yeah, I'm all about them bedazzles.
Yeah, and you have so many different looks. I love that. It must be like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I feel like this today. Is that what it is, or is it the venue? How do you decide what to wear? This is my own personal knowledge. I want to know.
No, I just I mean, I don't know. I guess I just want to. I want to be a showstopper. Like I feel like if somebody looks through the windows of a bar downtown and they see nothing but a bedazzled chick with bell bottoms, like bedazzled outfit, bell bottoms, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I wonder what this is." But most of the time, the microphone or the speakers are outside in Nashville. All the bars, pretty much, you can hear everything. So, I guess that's a good thing because if they were terrible, then they probably would not come in.
Well, that is the truth. All right, so going back into your life, like think of your life, whatever that looks like. Can you pick moments where you're like, I know I was going to be this. This is what I wanted to do.
No. No. I my life is I mean, I'm a adaptable kind of person. Like I can go in any kind of atmosphere and blend right in. Like I mean, so I'm just constant. My life is a roller coaster. It's a good ride though. It's been fun. So it's just no. I mean, I always have wanted to be a musician, and I've always wanted to work with some of the most talented people that even if they don't make it to the radio, I've always just wanted to be in the music industry, professional or performing.
All right, so talk to me about this roller coaster ride because I've had my own roller coaster ride, and there's some good times, and then there's some get me off the ride because I'm about to vomit. What does that look like for you?
Goodness. I don't think we have enough time. I don't think we have enough time for that whole roller coaster
Maybe just
ride. We'd be here for days.
Maybe just one up or down. It could be good or bad.
Well, besides music, whenever I was doing the Super Bowl promo modeling, that was pretty epic, and that was a fun ride, and it was interesting how I got it.
Okay, I want to talk about that because that is on one of my notes. Like, how does that even come about? And that is pretty cool. Not a lot of people have that experience, actually, probably a very small percentage.
It was a really good time. I literally can, like I said, I'm adaptable. Like I go and meet people on my own. Like I don't have to have a big crowd with me. I can ride solo and be just fine and benefit myself better. Like it would be more beneficial to me to go out alone and meet people and connect with people, um, rather than with everybody else. So I would go out in Atlanta, and just try to check out the music scene. And I never meet a stranger. So that kind of just led me all the way to the interview, which, her name's Asia Fudge. She's in Atlanta. She hit me or she hit me with a link, and I clicked on it and I applied. I went to the interview, and she messaged me that day, and said, straight up, like, we just love your personality. We really want you to be a part of our team for the Super Bowl. So it was really, it was an experience that a lot of people won't have, like you said, but it was fun. And I met a lot of people there too that I just connected with and made connections in Nashville with even.
Yeah.
So
What did it look like?
was
What did you
fun.
do? What was that whole experience like? Like, I want to know the details. What was that? Did you like hang out on the field? Were you walking around? I want details. I want dirt.
We built the Super Bowl experience. The Super Bowl experience is something that, like, anyone that goes to the Super Bowl would go to, before the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl. So pretty much, the contract that I had was with Airmark, New Era Airmark. So we built the Super Bowl experience. Like, we helped with merchandise. We took photos with people. A lot of people mistake this for cheerleaders. So I would be the one going, we're not cheerleaders.
Yeah.
We're just part of the promo, because a lot of the cheerleaders don't like that.
Well,
Cheerleaders
no,
do not like that at all.
you can't be an imposter, and you don't want to be an imposter. And that's kind of cool about you, that you just proved that, this is who I am. Don't mistake me, even though I'm cool.
Woo, yeah, I'm quick to tell somebody what I am going to do and what I'm not going to do.
Yeah. So I really love that independence about you, how you're not relying on somebody to get you to
I
where
lost
you
you.
are. Oh, did you lose me? Did technology
I lost
fart
the
on
sound.
us? Can you hear me now? No? Hold on. It might be the earbuds.
I think I got you back.
You got me back? Can you hear me?
A little bit. Let me turn it up.
All right.
How about now?
I can hear you perfect. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can't hear you that much, but I can hear you.
I will try to talk loudly. But what I was saying is that independence, where you said you don't rely on someone to, hold your hand, or you don't rely on someone to make you who you are or introduce you. That is what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. A characteristic of you that is very needed in this world. Were you always like that? Because a lot of people, it's very intimidating to go out on their own and make their own way. Have you always had that little spunk?
Yeah. I have two older brothers. My oldest is more like me than the other one. Jason is just a people person. I think it's just in our genes. Like my dad goes and has dinner by himself, like just all the time in our hometown. He'll go to Slice's Pizza and just sit there and have his pizza and just chill. I enjoy going places by myself.
Yeah. Were you so what advice could you give to those that are maybe not as, they don't enjoy it? It's really difficult for them. Can you tell them, is it scary? Is it not scary?
No. What are you going to lose? You may never see that person again. You know what I mean? You could go somewhere and show yourself, like just show your AWS.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't get in any trouble, you may never see those people again.
Right.
So no, I think that people should get more comfortable in their own skin. I'm Sagittarius too, so
that make a difference.
Lot to do with it.
I'm terrible. All I know is my sign is a Taurus, which means I'm stubborn. That's all I know. Probably because that's my biggest quality that I've had to work on is my stubbornness.
Well, I'm right there with you. stubborn and super, super independent.
Tell me about if people, do you get any negative feedback? Because you're a powerful person. Like if you can go out and do what you want to do when you're not worried about offending people or, really just any backlash of it, how do you handle it? How do you handle any negative backlash? If you even get any.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
Ooh, I get it. Trust me. Like I said, I mean, you live and learn. Like you just have to learn from it. I mean, everybody's not gonna like you. There's somebody out there for everyone. Everybody's got somebody out there that's gonna like them. They have people out there that's not gonna like them. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't just roll your life up and put it away. You just have to take it in, learn from it, and try again. Hope they give you another chance. I mean, I've learned a lot in the last year being in Nashville as far as the music industry goes, rather than when we first moved here. Like it was a completely different scene 10 years ago.
Right. So what are some of the things, okay, before I ask what are some of the things that you've learned, I've got to ask, when you get something negative, like a negative comment or, someone's disrespectful, do you fight them or do you just kind of, look, we're going to agree to disagree? What kind of person are you in general?
I would have years. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at watching my mouth. Does that make sense? My mom and them are probably watching right now going, no, she's not. But I'm getting better. I'm finding the older I get, like the less drama I want to be a part of. Really. I'll just walk away from it now. Like, whenever something like drama or negative comes at me, I just try to think about, like, don't lash back, just walk on. Like, it's not going to serve me any. What am I going to gain from it?
Right. You think you're getting more comfortable in your skin. I find as I've gotten older, I'm just more comfortable in who I am. So I don't feel the need to justify my opinion or justify my actions anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've gotten to where it's just like I don't owe anybody anything. If anything, people owe me stuff because I help a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like I don't owe you an explanation.
Yeah. Yeah. Is your daughter? You said you had a daughter, right?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 12.
She's 12. Does she take after you?
She is. She does. I think so. I mean, she doesn't. She's not as outspoken. Like she's not as quick to tell you something. She's a little more of a peaceful, laid back, like.
That might be good. That might be good. You might be like.
Yeah. Now, if she sees somebody on the playground that's heartbroken, she's going to leave her friends and go there and be with them. Yeah, she's a little peacemaker.
She's a sweetie. She is a sweet heart. All right, so go back to, you said there was a difference between 10 years ago in Nashville and then a year, from now. What's those differences, or what have you learned have been the biggest points you've learned from being there?
A lot. Well, Nashville's like the fastest growing city in the United States, I believe. I mean, there was at one point, I forget when it was, but there's 110 people a day moving to the city.
That's crazy.
But I wasn't here when it was all going. I mean, I went back home to Georgia and for a while, then I came back. But so years ago, it was like a small town in a big city. It was just, obviously it wasn't like the generation changed and it was less pop country. And it wasn't such a tough industry when I say that. Like now, I mean, writing was big then. Like writing was but it was quickly growing to where there was just writers everywhere. Everyone starts writing. Ultimately, I think you have to write in order to make it successful in the music industry. I truly believe that.
Oh.
Whereas years ago, you get a record deal, get a development deal, they would develop you. But it's so competitive now. I mean, with the internet and digital music and now recent stuff that's going on now everyone's doing video,
right.
Live shows. So it's just like it's just changing so fast. I don't know what it's going to be like opening back up. I kind of worried about that,
Yeah.
but years ago it wasn't so big. The competition wasn't so hard there.
Right, right. Have you had to are you foreseeing for yourself that you're like, I'm going to have to make some adjustments here? What I knew before is no longer.
Yeah, lots of adjustments. I mean, you have to. You have to. I mean, you can't expect. You gotta expect the unexpected now, because someone could come in and try to get a gig. It's all about who they know. You know what I'm saying? They could get a gig right over you. And I'm finding out that it's exceptionally tough for a female. It's always been tough for a female, and it's tough for guys too. But it's exceptionally tough in Nashville for a female to get a front man gig, like where she's fronting the band, and it's tough to keep a steady band together too, because there's so many gigs. Most of the guys are playing 4 gigs a day, 3 gigs a day, so it's tough. I mean, if there's a more dedicated, it doesn't seem like they stay dedicated to a gig. They'd rather
Oh,
go over here and catch another gig. It's tough.
so it's more chasing the money as opposed to chasing the culture of the group, or right? Am I
Well, yeah,
understanding
yeah.
that?
I mean, we're all down here making a living. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody's out making a living. There's times where I did 3 gigs a day, sang on 3 different gigs. And Tootsies, I mean, they rotate. They rotate their musicians. I mean, it's a big thing that they're doing with Tootsies.
Do you think that another city is going to take over Nashville? Like Nashville can only grow so much and be concentrated. Do you think? I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's a handful up here. It was. I hope it cleans up. I mean, it got it's bachelor and bachelorette capital of the United States right now. Like it's like the place to go. It's like
Yeah.
little Vegas. I don't I don't know. I think there was a lot of bad going on, and it was kind of leading up to it. Musicians were getting robbed. Um, when they would leave a gig at night, they're getting held at gunpoint and cars. It got really bad. Like we were looking for more protection for the musicians, but um, I don't know. I think the Woo Girls are going to continue to come into Nashville. The
Yeah.
Bachelorettes are going to continue to come into Nashville because it's right in the middle of all the southern states. It seems.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's
I heard Chattanooga is growing, but I don't think it'll ever be Nashville.
as big as Nashville. So do
Yeah.
you like what is the next steps? What do you see for your future? What do you want?
Oh goodness. I'm getting ready to go back in the studio for the first time since I did my demo at Direct Image with Kenny Royster. Um, it's been a long, long time. So I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be Taylor Swift. I'm not trying to be as big as Taylor Swift. Lord knows I'd have to see a doctor to have that much going on in my life. I
Yeah.
already have a lot, but I just want to keep playing music. I want to keep meeting people, cities I've never been to, people I've never met.
Yeah.
I just want my kids to be happy. I want to spend time with my kids, and I just want to make music. I mean, if I have to do just a small tour in the South, I'd be okay with that. Call it settling if you want to, but it's me playing music and I'm making a living at it.
Right. You're creating what is your success and what your life is. And that takes a little bit of a badass to do that. A little bit of, I'm not fearful. I've got to do what I have to do because nobody else is going to do for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to get it on your own. That's just how I feel about it. I mean, I love working with people that have done something with their career. Guys that have been on the road. They're like um, just legendary musicians. I just love being around somebody that's
Yeah.
got that good vibe coming off of them.
Yeah. Oh man, I bet you can learn a lot. That's actually a great quality also. Like learn. You have to learn from those that have come before you. They
Yeah,
have
common
great.
sense goes a
Yeah.
long way with me.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, so to close up, I always ask this question because I am a relationship coach and expert at my heart.
Oh,
And
Lord.
yeah. So it's not that hard. It's not that hard, I promise. Um, but what in this moment today, as you sit there, not the philosophy and not what you think in general, but right now, today, what does love mean to you? It can be how it makes you feel, it can be a word, it can be a color, but what is love to Krista?
Oh my goodness. That is a hard question. You said it was
Yeah.
going to be easy. That is a tough question. It could go a million ways.
But what's
I'll
the
tell you what
first
I know.
thing?
I'll tell you this. Love means to me um, that I sure know how to pick them. I sure know how to pick them. So love means to me is the last thing that I'm looking for in a companion at this point. If it happens, it happens. That's
Yeah.
great. I'd love for that to happen. But it's going to be tough to find love relationship that is going to work with constant going,
Mhm.
sporadic life. You know what I mean? Like on the road. Like Michelle Baxter calls me and says, "Hey, can you be in Wisconsin this next weekend?" Boom. If it pays and I can, you know what I'm saying? I got to go and I got to
Yep.
have somebody in my life that can support that, or it ain't going to work. I mean, if to date a musician for me, like if I had to date someone that was in my band, I've always heard you don't get your honey where you get your money. So it probably ain't
Truth.
going to work out. He ain't for me.
Right.
But
I love
so
it.
yeah, love. I mean, love. That's just I'm not looking for it. I'm not denying. If it
Yep.
happens, it happens. But then he better be a good person. He better have a lot of tolerance.
I think he would have to. I think that's like high on the priority list for Krista. I think that'll be like coming out like, swords wailing. You're gonna know that that's what needs to happen. So, all
Yeah.
right, it is. I guess that is a kind of a tough question, but it could go many different ways. But you answered it perfectly for you. Thank you so much for taking time today, and it looks so beautiful where you are and joining me on the Dose of Did You Know, sharing a little bit of your heart, a little bit of your badassness, which I love. I just have one question before I say goodbye to everybody out there that's watching is how often do you turkey hunt? And do you actually turkey hunt?
Oh, that. Well, actually, I'm going at 2 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah. I would much rather go shoot some clays or some skeet out in the woods or in the field. But yeah, I like to shoot gun. I like to do a lot of that. A lot of the guys things. I mean, I'm like one of the guys.
okay, so I'm going to do a little matchmaking here. Chad, my executive producer, who, if you're out there watching, I don't know, you might
Ah,
want to,
I don't
you
need any
love going to
Chads in my.
Nashville with
I,
me.
the name might have just given them some negatives there. I'm just kidding. Oh, hey, before we go, I wanna thank like all the frontline nurses, everyone that's been affected with the coronavirus. Hope everybody's like learning from it and coming together as a family. We actually lost my grandma to the coronavirus last
Um,
week,
I'm
and
so
so
sorry.
my papa's kind of just like my wife's gone. It was heartbreaking because we weren't there. We couldn't be there by her side. So
Mhm.
anybody else that's gone through that, I feel for you because it is tough, and you just don't know when if tomorrow even comes. So,
Yeah.
but she would not want us to be sad.
No,
She
you
would
have
want us
to
to be like
embrace
okay,
her memory and her life and
yeah,
her love. And I'm sorry for your loss. It's hard. That's why,
thanks.
we're all at home here doing what we're doing, keeping everybody safe. So thank you. And thank you for sharing that with us. That's
Yeah.
she's down
I'll
there
send some more
smiling
people
at
your way. I've got
you.
a lot of fellow artists that probably love to talk to you. So I'll send some people your way.
All right. Well, take care. Enjoy your day. It was such
Thanks.
a pleasure. And I will see you later.
All right. See you. Thank you. Reviews.
Mine because I was afraid I was going to interrupt you. He was trying to get me to
Oh, it's trying to